Weed stocks are up very high today, and they're not the only thing that's high. Say chips. That's what I wanted. Welcome to the newsroom. Today, we're talking about weed stocks. UN reclassifies cannabis as a less dangerous drug, and congressional vote to legalize marijuana is expected later this week. So they just passed the vote about the vote for cannabis. Are they going to legalize it or not? So we have the MORE Act that was just voted to be eligible to vote in front of the House. So the MORE Act is the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act. Seeks to eliminate these inequities and create some sanity for the state-regulated cannabis market, which could be a $37 billion business within 5 years and a source of major tax revenue to cash-starved states, particularly during Rona season. So more than ever, this would be fantastic if they could pass this. They're going to generate a lot of money. So the MORE Act is headed to a vote on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives after clearing the House Rules Committee Wednesday afternoon, which is why you might have saw weed stocks make some headlines and do some popping heading up. The vote, expected to take place Friday, tomorrow, will represent the first time a bill to repeal cannabis prohibition received a hearing before an entire chamber of Congress. The bill passed out of committee without amendment after only an hour's worth of testimony. So that's impressive. They said, hey, we're going to talk about weed. We want to put it in front of Congress. They said, do it. Congress can end federal prohibition against marijuana by passing MORE Act. So if they pass the MORE Act tomorrow, then all of the cannabis weed stocks will go through the roof and everyone will be high off of their gains and other things. All positive good things. There's no bad that could come out of this, right? Wrong. We have a few red flags. So numerous Republicans of Congress are coming at the Democrats because they're trying to bring this up and bring it into Congress. But they're saying, hey, what are you doing? You want to talk about weed, cannabis, and ganja when we got a pandemic going on? People are dying in the streets, and all you want to do is get high? Look at this butt nut. Let me get this straight. Nancy Pelosi is blocking a bill to deliver unused Paycheck Protection Program funds to workers and small businesses, but she managed to find time for a vote on pot legislation this week. So this butt nut, Steve Scallop, is saying that, hey, we shouldn't be talking about weed yet. We need to pass this bill for stimulus to give it to the worker bees, the 9-to-5ers. Once they get their money, then we could talk about lighting up a doobie. This guy. But we won't celebrate yet until the Americans can afford to pay their bills. Now, with all this going on in the news and media, weed, tomorrow is a big day. I'll be watching closely because if there's momentum and if it looks like it's going to pass, then I will be buying in. They're all over the place. These weed stocks are up and down. Crazy, because there's no certainty right now. No one knows what's going to happen. And if I was to place my money on it, I'd say that most likely it's going to get delayed or denied for now, and maybe they'll look at it again after we have the stimulus approvals. Let's get into the fun of things, okay? So we have celebrities and actors, actresses, stars, all these famous people that are involved in weed. Let's take a look at them. So we got Martha Stewart reminds investors why Canopy growth remains a cannabis leader. This lady, she's getting high all the time. This granny knows how to party. We got Snoop. Snoop. We all know that Snoop likes to dab into the ganja. And he doesn't shy away from it. He is very vocal and upfront about it. This guy, I don't even know how he's this skinny because he's eating 24/7. Maybe because he's always on the move because he's a dog. Snoop has been in partnership with Canopy Growth, Canada's largest cannabis company by market cap since October 2016. So television personality Martha Stewart announced partnership with Canopy Growth in February 2019 to develop hemp-derived CBD products for animals. So it seems like a business person came up to Martha. They said, hey, Martha, you got street cred, okay? We want to come to you with a business investment. We want you to invest in a weed company. We want to get people high and happy. And she goes, no, I'd rather get animals high. And the business guy's like, Martha, what are you doing? And she says, listen, I get my kitty cats. Their pussies are high all the time. So the cats love it. The dogs, they have a great time. They're chasing their tail all day long. They're chasing balls that aren't even there. Seth Rogen In March 2019, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg launched Houseplant, a recreational Canadian cannabis company in collaboration with Ontario-based grower Canopy Growth. Everyone's joining Canopy Growth. It seems like they are the top dog. So we're going to use Canopy Growth as an example as to what all these other weed companies should thrive to be. So now we land on Jay-Z. Jay-Z wants to join the pot of fun. Jay-Z joins new cannabis company as chief visionary officer. The rapper and entrepreneur has partnered with newly formed cannabis giant TPCO that hopes to reach 90% of California consumers by 2022. Subversive Capital Acquisition Corp., a special purpose acquisition with growing footprint in the cannabis industry, has acquired 2 California-based cannabis brands and named Jay-Z as the chief visionary. So now they have Jay-Z. He is now the visionary. They're going to say, hey, Jay, we want to attract young people. What should we do? And he goes, tell them you sell weed. And they go, you're genius. So here's their website. It's very empty. There's not really much you could do or navigate around. So the product line, arriving October 23rd, dubbed Monogram, seeks to redefine what cannabis means to consumers today through careful strain selection, meticulous cultivation practices, and uncompromising quality. The brand launches through an e-commerce platform of the same name. So this is Monogram. So Monogram builds on Jay-Z's growing arsenal of businesses, all of which have helped him earn the title of rap's first billionaire. The guy's a billionaire. He's not going to fail. The artist who famously rapped, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. So the ticker for Subversive is SBVCF, currently trading at $10.14. Not a lot of people know about this, which is very surprising to me. Only 276 watchers on StockTwits. If you don't know what StockTwits are, generally you have like 20, 30, 40,000 watchers. So very under the radar. This thing doesn't move. It doesn't really move at all. It hasn't been on the market very long, so the volume is very light. 37,000 in volume today, market cap of 154 million. If I'm going to invest in this thing, I'm not expecting anything to happen unless Friday could juice this thing up. But you have your Canopy Growths, you have your Auroras, you have your other weed companies that may pop way harder. But this one has Jay-Z's name. It's got to be good. This guy doesn't fail. He's a billionaire. And he's added into the pot of all the other artists that are involved with ganja, cannabis, weed, reefer. So there's really no technicals here. I can't really do an analysis on the chart because it's pretty much flat. But it might be a good investment. It's at $10. It's pretty cheap. And it's Jay-Z. So hopefully this doesn't turn into one of his 99 problems. So we have the weed vote tomorrow. If you want to know if I'm going to be buying the stock or other weed-related stocks, link is in the description. I have stock alerts. You'll get a bing notification right to your phone when I buy, sell, add, reduce, go all in, whatever I do, you'll get a notification. Hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, by watching this channel, you get a little bit closer to retiring young.